Well, hi there, I'm Ruben from Respshop.com, an online retailer for everything CPAP based in Redmond, Washington. Today, it's time for another CPAP 101 video. Now, this series has been designed to provide basic but detailed information about what you need to know when starting CPAP therapy. There's lots more to come, so to stay in the loop, please subscribe and don't forget to like the video while you're at it. Thanks very much. Now this time I'm going to talk about the Expiratory Pressure Relief setting, or EPR for short. EPR is a comfort feature that comes with most CPAP devices these days, and it's intended to make exhaling during therapy easier. CPAP machines work by having positive air pressure splint your airway open while you sleep to prevent obstructions that can lead to dips in oxygen levels, which causes episodes of sleep apnea. But a common complaint with CPAP therapy is that it can be hard to breathe out against the air pressure the CPAP pumps into the mask. Besides general discomfort, this can cause two main problems: breathlessness, also known as air hunger, and aerophagia. Breathlessness or air hunger can occur for a couple of reasons. The most common reason is because you are not getting the required pressure into your CPAP mask to breathe normally, making you feel short of breath or hungry for air. This can occur if the ramp pressure is too low or if you switch from a nasal or nasal pillow mask to a full face mask. This is because the full face mask needs more air to fill, and also in some cases, the full face mask can push back on your jaw, which can increase the number of obstructive events. But if you haven't changed your mask style recently and you don't use ramp, or if you find that this hunger occurs throughout the night even once the ramp has finished, then it could be that your hunger is being caused because you are fighting too much pressure on your exhalation. This results in you being unable to expel enough carbon dioxide during exhalation, which in turn means you have less lung capacity available when you then inhale, and so the oxygen intake is reduced. Now, this type of air hunger is usually more of a concern if you have an existing lung condition such as COPD. But if it is this high pressure on your exhalation that is causing your air hunger, then the solution is to increase your EPR setting to help take the edge off this exhalation pressure. Aerophagia occurs when the air pressure in the mask results in air being swallowed down into the stomach or intestines, where it then becomes trapped. As the air builds up, it can leave you feeling bloated, give you a stomachache, heartburn, and acid reflux, along with making you burp and other things. Now, all of these unpleasant symptoms can be caused by air pressure interfering with the usual exhalation process, and that is where EPR is designed to help, as well as make your therapy generally a bit more comfortable. EPR works by tracking your breathing pattern and then reducing the pressure coming into the mask when you are exhaling and increasing it to therapy levels during inhalation, which is when you need it. Basically, EPR means the machine will try to mirror your breathing pattern rhythm in the pressure it provides. And because EPR is a comfort setting and not a clinical setting, you can adjust it on your own to suit your requirements. Although at Respshop.com, we still do suggest that you go into consultation with your sleep doctor just to be sure. Typically, EPR can be set at a numerical level of between 1 and 3. The number you choose will determine the amount the pressure reduces by when you exhale. For example, if your pressure was, say, 12 centimeters H2O during inhalation, an EPR level of 2 would reduce it by 2 to 10 when you exhale. EPR level 1 reduces it by 1 each time, and level 3 reduces it by 3 each time. Simple. So the higher you set the EPR level, the greater the pressure relief when you breathe out. To reduce air hunger or aerophagia, and for general comfort purposes, we suggest you set the EPR to the highest level you can, while making sure it doesn't affect your therapy effectiveness. But be aware that different brands use different terminology to what we and ResMed call EPR. For example, Transcend call it EZEX or Easy Exhale. Fisher and Paykel call it pressure relief, and Breas call it Z-Breathe. So if the description of the feature your machine offers advertises it as making breathing out easier, it will be what we are talking about under a different name. That doesn't mean that they will all be exactly the same, as different brands have their own algorithms they use to track your breathing patterns and may use slightly different curvature rates when mirroring your breathing. But in essence, they are all trying to provide the same comfort feature to you. One final thing to bear in mind: While the EPR setting makes it easier to breathe out during exhalation, it doesn't mean that your CPAP machine is now in effect a BiPAP machine. BiPAP machines have much greater control over the exhalation pressure and must be prescribed by your doctor in order to be purchased. They are often prescribed to users that need a very high inhalation pressure and so require more dramatic reductions in pressure when people exhale than the 3 cm H2O maximum that EPR will allow. EPR is a gentler, more subtle reduction in pressure on exhalation to increase comfort for most users, but for those currently using a BiPAP machine because your doctor has prescribed you one, hold off on making a switch to a CPAP with EPR unless your physician has specifically directed you to do so. And remember, if your BiPAP prescription is that your machine gives you backup breaths, then you can't switch to a CPAP as they don't include this functionality. Well, I think that's job done now. Everything about EPR explained. If you like us as much as we like you for watching to the end of this video, think about hitting that like button. And until we meet again on the next video, sleep tight.